no easier, faster, cheaper way to improve your tea than water. Every cup, every bowl of tea that you drink is 99% water. Water is the mother of tea. What you put into something is what you get back from it. So if you make your apple pie from scratch, you get back an apple pie from scratch, homemade apple pie, quality apple pie. If you buy an apple pie from the supermarket, you get a supermarket made quality apple pie. Tea is the same. If you put a lot of yourself into it and you use the right ingredients, you get back much more. And that's why here at the Tea Sage Hut, we go to fetch our own spring water every week, because this is a tea center. And so of course, 99% of what we do here is water. So once a week, in lieu of meditation, we head up into the mountains to fetch our spring water. We drive around winding roads for 30 minutes through the lush mountains of Taiwan and arrive at the foot of almost 1,000 stairs. This beautiful temple where the water is. Taiwanese people have been hiking up to this mountain to gather healing water for decades.
Like most guests learn when they come to the hut is that they gain the most experience out of this space through participation. So in fetching water every week, I've really increased my participation in just one aspect of the tea ceremony, which is, fetching water. So fetching water every week and expanding my experience of the tea ceremony to something beyond just the tea table and out into nature, which is what tea reminds us that we are always connected to anyways, has just deepened my whole relationship to water itself and of course the tea ceremony. And just to share that with the guests who come here and do it so frequently every week has just improved my understanding of water, its relationship to tea, and my relationship to water and tea as well.
There's a goddess there that's very unique. She's not at other Taoist temples in Taiwan. She's only at this temple, and she protects the water there. She holds a double-edged sword that cuts through ignorance.
So when you get up there and you've just hiked almost 1,000 steps and you've worked up a bit of a sweat, especially during the summertime, you really do look forward to that first drink from the tap. And even though it's just a little metal cup, and even though it is coming from a tap, it is surrounded by a beautiful temple with beautiful scenery. You're up on the mountain, you can see the ocean on a clear day, and you can see the city, Miaoli actually. And that first sip, it's not unlike drinking a fine cup of tea itself. It quenches your thirst immediately, it coats the mouth, it swallows easily, it causes you to salivate.
So after we say our prayers, we gather our water and bring it back down. The whole trip's done in silence. The drive there, the hike up the 1,000 steps to get the water, the hike back down, and the drive back. It's a very marvelous morning. The views are spectacular, the air is fresh, And the water itself is amazing. The spring water up there comes from an underground spring. So you can't actually see the spring. It's in a cave in the middle of the mountain, and they pipe it out into the temple. And you can feel the water going deep into your soul and deep into all the cells of your body.
Coming up from the one coming up from the one spirit, coming up from the one spirit, coming up from the one.
And we bring the water back here, and that becomes all the tea water that we use throughout the week to make our tea here at the tea center.
So the water is exposed to the meditative energies that are generated in that room, and I'm always reminded of that when I go and fetch water for the tea session. I don't just grab the water from the urn, it actually is a meditation in itself again, and I put my prayers into that water. I enter that room very mindfully and calmly, and I ladle the water as if I'm practicing a moving meditation again. And I'm very careful with all of my movements as I fetch that water and fill it into the tetsubin. Sometimes I might ask for a quality I'd like to invite to the table. Sometimes I might just give my deep gratitude to the water for being present and making this tea ceremony possible. And I bring that back to the table. And again, I'm always reminded of where that water's come from, because I was the one, along with the guests and other students, who were actually fetching that water itself.